So this year I got invited to Craft Feast at Stissing House. Stissing House is, as you may or may not know, my favorite restaurant in the country. It is about 2 hours north of New York City and is a couple hours from so many of my friends. So my birthday dinner was there last week, and they invited me to their preview hour this year. And as soon as we walked in, my friend Jared and I, we said, this feels like something you would have seen Martha Stewart visit in the 90s. It looked like some quintessential Christmas event that as children we would have dreamt of one day visiting. But in their second year, they have created perfection. It is a collection of vendors that are makers and artists and dealers of excellent antiques and handmade and craft and art in a beautiful building from the 1800s. If you are familiar with Stissing House, it is quickly becoming one of the most popular restaurants in the country. It is simple food done so well and so simply that you want to go over and over. And it is in the most captivating space. So these, you're currently viewing photos that I snapped while we were there. It really felt like an experience that I would have dreamt of going to. The first person I met at the door was Frances McDormand, who is a huge advocate for Shaker heritage in the Hudson Valley and in Western Mass. So it just felt perfectly apropos to run into her. And then the final person, as we were leaving, was one of my favorite Instagram or TikTokers, Jessie Sheehan. I hope I'm saying her last name right. And I got to thank her for all of the things that I've learned from cooking just by watching her videos. And of course Martha was there. Of course Martha was there. So, but more importantly than those three were all of the makers that were there. And what you're seeing are some of my favorite makers. Friends of mine walked in and a friend of mine waved at me. I'm like, who is that? Well, my broom maker. I have one of her brooms right behind me. You can't see it, but it's right behind me. And she's from here in Kentucky. And she was showing people how to make brooms, and you could make these little ornaments. And it was like, oh, of course. The best crafters in the country are in one spot. And next year, you have to go. If you're anywhere remotely close, just go. And the food is so good. They have stations all over the place. There was a basket, massive basket of gingerbread. I think Martha was like shoveling into bags. That's what I think a lot of us realized she was there when she was putting into like bags. And it's just, if you're looking for Christmas in a world that is full of mass market consumption and Amazon and Temu and Alibaba and all of these places that we say don't shop, don't do, go to the Craft Feast at Stissing House and you will be reinvigorated. You will be so inspired to shop from makers and small businesses and to know the people who are making the goods and the gifts that you are giving. And there's like oysters and drinks and food and fudge and flame jugglers and carolers and calligrapher. It goes on and on, but just go.